Good morning, everybody. Thanks for coming. Today we're here to announce the merger of the Trenton Vice Unit into the Mercer County Special Investigations Unit, Mercer County Narcotics Task Force. Speaking today will be Mercer County Prosecutor Joe Bocchini and Trenton Police Director Ralph Rivera. We're joined today by Lawrence Chief of Police Dan Puslusny, Acting Chief Ron Lunetta from Ewing Township, Captain Jim Stevens from Hamilton, and one of our longtime partners, Mercer County Sheriff Jack Kemble. And I'll turn it over to Prosecutor Bocchini.
Chief. Come behind me.
All right. Morning, everybody. Thank you for being here. As indicated by First Assistant Onifrey, I'm joined this morning with the Trenton Police Director Ralph Rivera, Sheriff Kemmler, Chief Dan Puslusny from Lawrence Township, Acting Chief from Ewing, Ron Lunetta, Captain Stevens from Hamilton Township, and other members of the law enforcement community. Today we're here to announce the merger of the Trenton Vice Enforcement Unit into the Mercer County Special Investigations Unit and Mercer County Narcotics Task Force. Now, some of you may very well be asking, why is this merger such a big deal? Well, the merger is a big deal. It's no secret that Trenton Police Department was decimated by layoffs and recent retirements. The layoffs and retirements have affected the department across the board. The manpower level is not nearly where it should be. The need for shared services, cooperation amongst communities, cooperation between police departments is now more essential than ever. With the depleted personnel, the Trenton Police Department has been doing an admirable job in responding to crime. They're not miracle workers. However, with the personnel being depleted, it's very difficult to operate specialized units such as the Vice Enforcement Unit. This merger will be a force multiplier for the city of Trenton and the county of Mercer as a whole. Now, when you add in the municipalities that are joining us, intelligence will now be centrally located, and managed resources, both human and technical, will be enhanced and multiplied, and narcotics and quality of life issues will become a countywide priority with a countywide approach and solution. We can't kid ourselves any longer that drug distribution and quality of life violations exist only in the city of Trenton. Anyone who believes that certainly is naive and blind to reality. The drug dealer may operate in Trenton, but our intelligence leads us to know that they also live in the other communities in Mercer County. Our Narcotics Task Force has officers from the Mercer County Sheriff's Office and the Hamilton, Lawrence, and Ewing Police Departments, in addition with the merger of Trenton. With the merger of the Trenton Task Force, this new unit will absolutely be a force to be reckoned with. You can run, but you're not going to be able to hide as this group moves forward. In addition, other municipalities, police departments who are not present today, have called, and in our conversations with them, they have expressed an interest in joining this combined unit. I anticipate that the combined unit will grow as we move forward. Now, each of these police departments have merged their narcotic units into the SIU/task force and have recognized that there's strength in numbers. The Narcotics Task Force will target everything from street-level drug dealing to high-level organized narcotics activities. We'll also address quality of life issues wherever they arise. In addition, we're going to continue our long-term narcotics investigations, which have historically produced significant quantities of narcotics, firearms, and cash. So much of the crime in Mercer County is centered around narcotics, from homicides that arise from drug deals gone bad, to robberies, to burglaries, and thefts committed to obtain money to buy drugs. There's a common denominator. The word is drugs. The moral of this story, be there one, is that we must attack the drug trade at every level in order to address the quality of life issues in our community. At this time, I'd ask Director Rivera for his comments.
Good morning, everyone. As we come together to announce the merger of the Trenton Vice Enforcement Unit with the Mercer County Special Investigation Unit, Mercer County Narcotics Task Force, I want to start off by personally thanking our Chief Law Enforcement Officer of the County of Mercer, Prosecutor Bocchini, along with Deputy First Assistant Prosecutor Angelo Onifree, and all the chiefs of all the respective municipalities for their unwavering commitment to the Trenton Police Department. A few months ago, we sat down to discuss this merger and all the great benefits that it would yield on the war on drugs. As you are aware, the Trenton Police Department, during the layoffs of 2010-2011, left us with a depleted workforce that has hindered our ability to effectively deal with the high volume of service, violent crimes, property crimes, narcotics, and gang problems. However, we continue to do more with less. We've even managed to keep overall crime down from last year. Right now it's about 8.5% overall. The reduction in personnel resources, however, makes it extremely difficult to operate specialized units, task forces, and conduct long-term narcotics operations. As you all know, narcotics investigations require many resources in order for them to be successful. At the present time, the Trenton Police Department does not have the required resources to effectively deal with all of our drug problems, and this merger will definitely bring resources, expertise, and have a greater impact on our drug problems. As the prosecutor stated, the merger is a force multiplier. Not only will we have additional resources, but we will also maintain open lines of communication and information sharing with our neighboring jurisdictions in order to avoid redundancy and to have a more successful narcotics operations. This merger will also enable us and enable the participating agencies to track down those violent offenders or key narcotics players who try to hide or conduct illegal activity across jurisdictional lines. Let's keep in mind that all criminals, as the prosecutor stated, do not live in the city of Trenton. Our criminals live throughout Mercer County and even across state lines. This merger will enable us to put together the pieces of a puzzle in order to connect the dots and to analyze the drug networks operating throughout our communities. Let's face it, narcotics are a core factor behind crime and gang activity. It generates illegal funds, which in turn assists criminals in facilitating illegal activities. Successful narcotics operations can break up narcotics networks, put key players in jail, and eliminate future problems. I am committed to the war on narcotics and have forged partnerships with the numerous local, county, state, and federal law enforcement agencies to fulfill my mission. Remember, a force multiplier like this merger and the great partnerships will enable us to locate and arrest our criminals no matter where they attempt to hide. Thank you very much for your time.
I'd like to acknowledge Lieutenant November from our SIU unit and Lieutenant Vaughn from Trenton. The two lieutenants will be the forces leading the new unit. They've worked together in the past and have worked collectively with other municipalities. So the relationship that is now being forged is one that all parties are familiar with, being on a more consolidated basis. Any questions?
Director, can you clarify the chain of command for us that will occur when these men are transferred to this new unit?
Yes, the officers from the Trenton Police Department will fall under the command of the prosecutor's office.
will your agency have any oversight over this unit or any involvement in the running of it?
Well, we'll be involved on a daily basis as far as the activities of the unit, things that are going on with the unit. Remember, this is a force multiplier. Right now, as I stated in my comments, there are so many different things going on in the city of Trenton that we need the additional personnel to assist us in combating the drug situation there. So this will be a force multiplier under the command of the prosecutor's office.
Prosecutor Bocchini, will the Trenton officers that are part of this new unit be dealing exclusively with Trenton investigations, or will they be also tasked countywide like the whole unit?
They will be used countywide, but the fact of life is a majority of the work of this unit is going to be centered around the activities in the city of Trenton. With the members of the other municipalities joining into this, you have to understand the suburban municipalities don't have the sufficient numbers in order to have the type of narcotics task force that are necessary in order to have successful operations in dealing with drug activity. So the numbers that are coming into this new unit will double the numbers that Trenton has now, and probably more. So it'll also be a situation where we'll be able to have the unit out there, not just for one period in the course of the day, but they'll be able to go out morning, afternoons, evening, depending on how we want to utilize them.
I mean, you've used the phrase new unit, but you also said that it's a merger with SIU. How exactly, I mean, it's a technical question, but which one exactly is it? They're being folded into SIU, or new units being created within SIU?
It's a new unit that's being created between the two. It's a merger. It's like a marriage.
I've never been married.
Try it sometime. You're a handsome guy. I'm sure there's a lot.
And it's all
It
going to
didn't
bring...
work for me, but that's...
we won't go around robin out there. Everything worked out. Everybody's going to bring resources to the table and share between the two. That's the whole idea.
Yes.
What would you say to those who say this is the first step in creating a countywide police force?
It's wishful thinking.
Do you think a countywide police force is a good idea?
I'm not a politician. I'm not going to get involved in that.
You're not a politician.
Once upon a time. But I think that's a good question to ask the mayors of the county and the county executive. I'm not going to put myself on that ledge.
Director, do you support a countywide police force?
I echo the sentiments of the prosecutor.
You're not a politician?
I am absolutely not a politician. You know that.
And we also had some discussion about forfeiture funds yesterday.
The forfeit, I anticipated this question. The forfeiture funds that the city of Trenton are receiving will probably be increased as a result of this, as opposed to what some people in their elected positions may think.
And you can guarantee that this new unit, when created, will increase the focus on drugs in Trenton
I believe so.
and have an impact in disrupting the drug trade.
I believe so.
What was the initial...
Notice I didn't say I guarantee. I said I believe so.
Okay. I'll mark you down for belief, so. What, do you know what the impetus was for these discussions that began several months ago?
The impetus was based on the fact that the city of Trenton's police force was short on manpower, and the director, in relation to exploring avenues of being able to increase a presence and increase the ability of the department to be more active in relation to drug, narcotics, and violent crimes. This is a step in that direction. It's a big step in that direction.
Could we see similar partnerships in the future?
One never knows.
And there's no time frame for this unit. It's a new unit, and it's not like we're going to try it for a year and see what happens.
It's going to be off and running, by this time next week, if not by the end of this week. Am I correct, lieutenants?
That's correct.
Yeah. Okay. See how it goes.
That's it. All right, thank you, everyone.